listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live until I die.
Welcome everyone to another great show. Pink Lady presents It Ain't Over Till You Say It's Over. I am so excited today, as I usually am, when good-looking gentlemen surround me. So today is no exception. Gary Mortimer. Hello, Gary.
Hello.
Gary, I met a few years back, I believe.
Yes, I think so, and then, yes.
And then I think he was singing for an audition of mine. And then Lori Donato, a very good friend of ours, does Oil
Can Harry's.
Oil
yes.
Can Harry's. And it's like every other Sunday night or something.
Yes.
Great little show. And I saw you again there a few weeks ago.
Yes, that's
and
right.
Gary, you were one of 6 children.
I'm one of 6. I'm the baby of 6 children.
Oh.
Grew up back in Iowa.
Iowa,
yes.
okay. And then you began to play what? What
The
instrument?
first instrument I ever played was a recorder. Then I went on to a trumpet. I was going to be in the marching band, but that didn't work out. So I learned the viola, and then finally the string bass.
Oh.
And eventually in high school there were 6 bassists, and I was number 1 in our
Wow.
little huge orchestra. But I also did plays and singing in concerts, and our first musical was Brigadoon in high school.
I love it. We have some pictures later on that'll go through the time that you're here. I think right now, though, I would love our audience to hear you sing your first number for us. Would you be
Very
so
well.
kind?
Thank you, sure. Anyone can whistle, that's what they say, easy. Anyone can whistle any old day, easy. It's all so simple. Relax, let go, let fly. So someone tell me why can't I? I can dance a tango, I can read Greek, easy. I can slay a dragon any old week, easy. What's hard is simple, what's natural comes hard. Maybe you could show me how to let go, lower my guard, learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle for me. Whistle at a dragon, down it will fall, easy. Whistle at a hero, trumpets and all, easy. What's hard is simple, what's natural comes hard. Maybe you could show me how to let go, lower my guard, learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle for me.
Yes. I cannot whistle for my life, Gary. Really. If someone said to me, you know what, you're going to get killed, or you just whistle and it'll save you.
Get killed.
Whistle.
I get killed.
Okay,
That's it.
but I need
Gone.
to ask the obvious question.
Yeah.
What is it from a Broadway show?
Yes, this song and the last song I'm going to sing are both from a show called Anyone Can Whistle.
Okay.
And it's actually a satire on what's going on in the world at the time. So a lot of the
And
songs.
what
and
was the
things
vintage, the circa?
It was about in the 70s, I think,
Okay.
when he was Sondheim was still starting out.
I mean,
and
it
I'm a
just
Sondheim
sounds
freak.
like a Broadway show song.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
And Sondheim
Yes,
was,
yes.
whatever. I mean, phenomenal. I want to first thank you and let the audience know. I want to thank you for your service. 4 years as a Navy third-class petty officer.
Yes, that's right.
I got that right. Yay!
Yes.
Thank- I just tell you. And where did you serve? What?
The first 2 years was in California.
Okay.
And then 2 years at Corpus Christi, Texas.
Uh-huh.
I was a structural and hydraulic engineer on jets.
Woo!
And then I came back to California, and I spent 8 months on the Bonhomme Richard aircraft carrier,
Oh,
where I'd work on the jets.
wow.
So at high seas.
Ah, and then what did you do after the 4 years?
After 4 years of that, I got a job at a gas station in La Jolla, California.
Oh, well, at
So
least
I
it was
worked
pretty
in-
beach place, right?
Right. I worked in this gas station. Back in those days, you could buy gas for 50 cents if you wanted to. We had to wash every window, check the tires, check the oil, the whole thing.
Oh, my Lord.
But at one point, a customer of mine came in and said he was opening a restaurant in Orange County. He said, "Would you come up and be my bartender?"
Oh,
I said, "I know nothing about being a bartender." But he said, "I'll teach you." And he did. So I became
Wow.
a very successful bartender there. And I went on up to Hollywood and Sunset Strip. I got a job up there.
where? What?
Then it was called the Windjammer. It's now the,
Oh, sure.
the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Okay.
You knew
okay.
the Windjammer?
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
I go back a while. I've been around.
It used to be the Villanova.
Yes,
For many, many
yeah.
years it became the Windjammer, and then now it's the
And
Rainbow
how
Bar
long
and
were
Grill.
you there as a bartender?
Just a couple of years, and I went on to other clubs. Till
Okay.
finally I got a job at what's called Studio One back in the 70s also, which was the biggest disco on the West Coast.
Yes, yes.
And I was the original bartender in the back lot.
Okay, now what's coming up? I have it here. It says Studio Backlot 2019, March.
Yes, we're having a reunion sort of
Okay.
thing, and it'll be March 29th and March 30th at the back lot before they take the building, which is the old factory building.
Yes,
It's a huge
yes,
building in West
down,
Hollywood.
right.
They're going to take the building apart, and they'll save about 30% of it.
Wow.
And literally turn the building somehow. So we're getting together, and I'll be one of the singers. But they're also inviting some of the people who used to appear at Studio One, like Bernadette Peters.
Oh, wow, that
perhaps
would be great.
Cheetah Rivera. There's just so many
You
people.
know what?
that-
We'll keep telling you all about it for
Please.
the audience then.
Yes.
Because I think all of us would like to go. I think that would be
Absolutely.
fabulous.
It's going to be great, I'm sure.
Now, you were also in a lot of shows, Don Quixote.
I was in Camelot, not Don Quixote. I was in Anyone Can Whistle.
Oh, okay.
Gosh.
And
no,
with
no,
Liza
no, no,
Minnelli.
Nanette.
Right, and Liza Minnelli you played with.
Well, no, she came into the bar. She bought the
Oh,
room
okay.
out. I've got a picture of Liza and I. She bought the whole room out for Cheetah Rivera
wow,
when Cheetah
okay.
first appeared at the back lot of Studio One. So that was kind of exciting.
So you've really had a chance to meet a lot of
I have, yeah.
the stars, as I
I
always call them.
I even shook Mae West's hand.
Woo! Yeah, come on up and see me. I love her. And also, there's a CD cover that's going to go on, Broadway My Way.
Yes.
So now, how can people get that, Gary?
That's available on iTunes and CD Baby, and I think Amazon.com. They can type in my name, Gary Mortimer.
Gary Mortimer, say it again.
Gary Mortimer, and then it's called Broadway My Way.
I love it. Broadway My Way, and it's out there now, am I right?
Yes, it is. I've recorded 6 of Stephen Sondheim songs because I'm a Sondheim nut. And the others are also from shows, but there's a couple that aren't. But I really enjoy them. I started that whole thing when I met Gloria Loring in Palm Springs.
Oh, okay.
And I heard one song on one of her CDs, and I said to myself, I've got to make a CD, and I want to record that song. So that's how that started.
I love it. Yeah. Now, did you ever meet Mae West? I mean,
Yes, I did.
Really?
One of my voice teachers who taught me all about grand opera, which I didn't like, but
Okay.
I learned that from her. I studied for 7 years, and her house was just a block or two away from where Mae West lived. So I used to see Mae West in her limo all the time.
Oh, my Lord.
And one year she approached a friend of mine that I worked with in another bar and said she acted like it wasn't her. She acted like she was somebody else.
Right.
But she wanted to invite him to a seance she was having at her where she lived.
Uh-huh.
And he was out of the country, so she said, well, you can come and bring a friend of yours. So he asked me if I wanted to go,
Oh,
and I
wow.
said yes.
Yeah.
So we literally went into this lobby area in her where she lived, and this gentleman did some seance things. We would write questions, and he would give us answers. He didn't even open them up.
She was something.
And she sat right behind me.
Oh, wow.
And at the end, she went out, of course, first, and then we each got to come through the line and shake her hand.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was
Oh,
wonderful.
So glad to see
She
her.
was wonderful.
I love her. Okay, we are ready for another song.
All right.
I don't know whether you're ready, but we're ready and the audience is ready. There you go. Pass the one. The
Maybe
tune.
I
We're
can-
going to put this in the back here.
Okay.
Comfortable. Here you go.
Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't, it isn't right, don't, it isn't good. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't walk on the grass, don't disturb the peace, don't skate on the ice. Well, I say do, I say walk on the grass was meant to feel, I say sail, tilt to the windmill, and if you fail, you fail. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't get out of line. Well, when they say that then, well, maybe that's a sign. 9 times out of 10, maybe you're doing just fine. Make just a ripple, come on, be brave. This time a ripple, next time a wave. Sometimes you have to start small, climbing the tiniest wall. Maybe you're going to fall, but it's better than not starting at all. Everybody says no, everybody says stop, everybody says mustn't rock the boat, mustn't touch a thing. Everybody says don't, everybody says wait, everybody says can't fight City Hall, can't upset the cart, can't laugh at the king. Well, I say try, I say laugh at the kings if they make you cry, lose your poise, fail if you have to, but baby make a noise, yeah! Everybody says don't, everybody says can't, everybody says wait around for miracles, that's the way the world is made. I insist on miracles, if you do them miracles, nothing to them, I say don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I say to our audience, don't ever be afraid of going where you feel you want to go. Am I right,
Exactly.
Gary?
That's absolutely
really
right.
and truly. You took a path after the service. You tried this, you tried that, from gas stations to bartending to singing to doing something that you love to do.
Absolutely.
And I tell people, follow your dreams. Age doesn't matter, time doesn't matter. It's what's here. And if you can say to yourself, I'm going to do it, and follow it, and do it, you know what? You're that much happier. And the world
Absolutely,
is
I
happy
agree.
to have you do it.
It's
Thank
only
you
a
so
number.
much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
And everyone, if you would like to see him, he often appears at Oil Tin.
Oil Can Harry's,
Oil
and
Can-
next Sunday I will be the guest singer.
There you go, and it's in Studio
Studio
City,
City,
on Ventura Boulevard. At what time are you there?
5 to 9, I think it is.
And all great, great people there.
And we want to make sure that when you go to Oil Can Harry's,
See Lori Donato.
say hello to Lori Donato.
Right.
Yes, by-
Great. She was our musical director on We Are America
Correct.
and America Salutes Our Veterans.
Love that lady.
She is wonderful.
Well,
yes.
she gives everyone a chance for the open mic.
Yes.
And I think that's so important today to have singers like yourself get up and hone their skills like you
Never
do.
too young, never too old to do that. I did
Never.
a show last fall in Palm Springs, a weekend we did.
There you go. Now, how young are you?
I will be, in 2 months, I'll be 78.
There you go, child. I tell you, these
You got to
kids-
tell them why.
Why? Because I'm 86 years young, so
No.
to me, that is a child sitting over here. But that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
God bless you, Gary.
Thank you
Love
very
you
much.
all. We will be right back. Thank you so much. I believe it is not the breaths we take in life that count. It's what we do with the breaths we take. And I should know. 84 years young. Today on this stage, you will see talented performers all over the age of 60.
Life is a cabaret, old chum. It's only a cabaret, old chum.
Money! You get lots of friends hanging around that door.
I'm gonna live and live now. 'Cause everything's coming up roses.
Then your fingers touch my silent heart and taught it how to sing.
Dear, with your lips to mine, oh, rhapsody divine, sing with the strings of my heart.
To reach the unreachable stars.
But I've got to do it all in 3 minutes or less. How about maybe ragtime? How about boogie woogie? Woo!
Darling, let's dance. Let the music take us. The blues ain't gonna break us. We won't give it no chance.
Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. You've treated me so kind. I'm about to lose my mind. You made me so very happy. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
To reach the unreachable star.
Hey world, I am what
We are honored in so many ways to have Tommy Lasorda in our lives.
It was good to see the youngsters performing up there.
Miss Ann Margaret.
We're back today with a very lovely young woman. I like to tell people that no matter what happens in your life, we all survive different things. And you get up, you realize what's happened to you, then you have to get out, and you have to get a life. And sometimes you can do that because things happen 2 and 3 times in your life. My guest here has done that a few times. Things happen, and she went right ahead and survived. I'm sitting beside a lovely, lovely, lovely lady, Stella Singleton Jones. Hello, Stella.
Hello.
Love the name.
Thank you.
Goes along, just blends there. You started your art career at what age?
5 years old.
5 years old. I was still drawing in the lines is what I was doing. I mean, I admire people like you. God bless you.
Thank you.
You started in the 8th grade, too. I mean,
correct.
And what happened then?
I went to John Burroughs Junior High School, and I went into the art department, and I saw the art instructor, and I leaned into his classroom and mentioned to him that I do artwork, and he said, well, great, enroll next semester.
Okay.
So I enrolled next semester. He gave me an art project.
And what was the art project?
The art project consisted of a abstract with plaster of Paris, chicken wire, cloth, and we molded together.
No way.
Stained it, and I came out with an abstract art piece.
And what was that called at that time?
I don't remember the name of it, but he was really impressed with it. He asked me if he could enter it into an art competition.
Really?
Yes.
Now, was this the first time that you did anything like this?
Yes, very first time. I was at John Burroughs Junior High School in Los Angeles in the 7th grade.
Wow.
So he entered the art piece into the art contest. 2 months later, he informed me that the art piece was accepted and that they were going to have a celebration.
Okay.
Me and my dad went down. There was a bank on Wilshire and McCadden in Los Angeles, and that's where the art exhibit was held. And
you had to be excited. I mean, you were
I was
a young
actually
kid.
a shy little kid.
Oh,
and when I walked in, they were taking photos
of
me.
Of your
first of me, and I didn't understand. And the art instructor came to my dad and shook my dad's hand and said, "Congratulations, your child won."
Oh, my. You're kidding. Now, and you were what? How old?
I was probably about 12 in the 7th grade.
Wow.
Now, this was a surprising thing. I won not only for junior high school, college, I won for the whole state of Southern California.
Wait. Back this up. With one abstract.
Yes.
You won all those different. Wow.
Yes, I did. So the
first time.
First time ever.
Woo!
And the prize was to attend Otis Art Institution for a year. Now, I'm only 12, and California Art Design Center.
Oh, my Lord. Wow.
So that
you had to be like in shock.
I was in shock, but remember, I'm a little kid, so I'm shy.
Well, how did your family take all
My
this?
family was really happy and surprised because I'm the only artist on both sides of the family. No one else does art in my family.
Okay.
So they were really proud of me. And when I went to Otis Institution for that year, I was the youngest little student there, and all the grown-up students were like, well, why are you here?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
And the instructor introduced me to them and said, you wait, you guys will see why she's here. Oh. So I went on to make my first art piece, and every student came up to me and say, we know why you're here now.
Oh, and what was your first art piece?
I made a 6 feet by 6 painting mural.
And what was it?
It was abstract, and I remember vaguely it was bright colors like a bright green and yellow with some little black specks on it. And
now let me ask you.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure we have people in the audience like myself who are not knowing a lot about art. What gave you the idea for that particular piece?
Well, let me go back a notch.
Yeah,
when
please.
I was 5 years old, this is when I discovered I love art. My mom used to watch news a lot.
Okay.
And being a little kid, I wanted to watch cartoons, so I was strictly bored to death. So I picked up a piece of paper and pen, looked at my mom, and just drew her. My mom looked at me and said, oh, that's beautiful. It looks just like me. I said, okay, I'm going to be an artist at age 5. That's how I started.
Woo! Okay.
And we want to make sure that the audience is really paying attention because, wait, there's more.
Yes.
Okay, so back to the painting that you painted when you went to the Otis. So what thought comes into your mind before you even start a project?
Well, I'm a people person. I like talking to people. I get energy from them. And when I go to do my art creativity, I use that energy, and whatever I get from that energy, that's what I come out of my artwork.
Well, you got to be getting right now this pink.
Oh yes, I can't wait to see what this future art piece is going to be.
This pink, flow of energy is going wham, bam, like a science fiction movie or something there.
It's going to be fantastic.
Thank you. Well, so now you created that at the
Yes.
first year.
Yes.
Okay. And then where did you go from there?
After I graduated from junior high school, Otis informed my parents that I was too far advanced in the art world to go to a LA Unified School District.
Wow.
So they sent me to the Santa Monica School District. So I went there to continue my art journey.
Right.
And I went to Santa Monica High School. Then I went to Santa Monica Junior College. There is where I was introduced to stonework. But I'm going to go back. I enrolled.
Yeah, because there's a story that I want to know about your drawing instructor somewhere there.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Now, this is a funny story, and if you have little kids, maybe you want to cover their ears
Okay,
out.
family show. Go ahead.
When I was at Santa Monica, I enrolled into a painting class. So I had my easel and my paints, and I'm sitting everything up. And I thought it was a painting class for painting trees and a fruit basket.
I'm waiting for this. And then the nude part.
Yes. Then this man came out. And he dropped his robe. I said, "Oh, this is not the class for me." I packed everything up. I said, "Teacher, thank you for your time. Excuse me, class, but I have to leave." And I enrolled into stone, and that's how I got into stonework.
Wow. Okay, sorry, sir. Nothing to do with you. It's just, forget it.
It's not my cup of tea.
Okay, let's go back now. So we have the abstract that you did that started this whole thing with the mesh and all this stuff, alabaster and all. Now you're in stone.
Yes.
Do you mean stone?
Yes, original stone carving with a regular hammer and chisel, old-fashioned way.
Okay, so it is like they show hammer and chisel.
Correct.
How did you even get into that? I mean, really, Stella.
Well, like I said, once that gentleman came out there and ended the painting class, and when I was introduced to stone, I said, this is pretty great. I like this. And I did my first stone artwork and said, this is the path I'm going to choose. And then the journey from there has been very amazing.
Well, it couldn't have been that easy, though. I mean, you're not a man. I always think of a man working in stone.
Well, feel my hands; they're nice and soft, so no one thinks I do stone.
Now, how long? Say you have a piece.
Yes.
First of all, how do you pick the stone? How do you do that?
When I go to a quarry, and I work with 3 different quarries, one in Riverside, San Fernando, and San Diego.
You gotta look for a pink piece for me.
Yes,
I'm looking for a pink piece.
Okay.
I'm looking for. Actually, don't laugh at this. When he says, "Come on, Pink, we need you upstairs," I want to have a pink stone.
Okay.
So I'm looking. So if you ever bypass a pink stone, tell me about it. So go on.
Will.
So you go to. So what do you look for? Go ahead.
I look for a different, a nice size, medium sized stone that's in a block, because when I create an art piece, I look at 4 sections: the front, the side, the back, and the other side. Okay. And that's how I chisel. I chisel front, side, back, and the other side. Once all the spaces are filled, I'm finished with the art piece. So that I don't draw anything.
Really?
Right.
You don't have like a drawing that you're doing for?
So
some people do.
Right. I don't draw anything. So my creativity is just really raw, and when it's finished, that's what I see what it is, and everything is one of a kind.
Color-wise,
yes.
What are your favorite color stones that you do?
The black stones, which is called the black chloride, and the white stones are called the honey ice stones, and that's from Japan.
Oh, okay. And where do you find those?
The black chloride and the honey ice stones I get from the quarry in San Fernando Valley.
Okay. Okay. So each quarry has a different type of stone and stuff like that. The story of the drawing instructor.
Yes.
Sounds kind of sexy to me, but go ahead.
The drawing instructor?
Yeah. Was there a story about that?
Outside of the guy that came out,
Oh, that was his
That
story.
was it. Yeah, it was that one.
I'm glad. I didn't know where we were going with that.
You sort of want to get back to that story. I can tell. Right?
That was that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty impression time for you.
Yes.
Then, as life takes turns.
Yes.
For all of us.
Yes.
You lost a very dear person.
I lost my brother from meningococcal spinal meningitis, which is the deadly infection.
And how old was he?
He was 19 years old. He was attending Colorado University, and they found him passed out in the hotel of the bathroom floor right before a football game against Iowa State. And when we flew out to Iowa State to see him, he was too far gone. The fever has really affected his brain, and eventually he came back to California and passed away at UCLA Hospital. And I was a senior there at UCLA, and I just needed 20 more units to finish to get my degree. But once I went through that ordeal, all the instructors said, it's best for you to leave because we see you're not concentrating. So I took a 15-year break from art.
Wow.
My brother was one of my strong supporters. He was the one to say, yes, I like it, or sis, no, I do not. So art wasn't fun for me any longer.
You lost
your
interest.
I lost the interest. And
what did you do during these 20 years?
I went to work. I was a word processor for Metropolitan Transportation.
Oh.
And then after 15 years there, in 1996, I was stricken down with that meningococcal spinal meningitis.
Wow.
And I was in a coma for 2.5 weeks.
How young were you at that time?
I was 36. I had to learn how to walk and talk all over again, and it took me...
How did you think that you got this?
I remember being at work on a Sunday, and I felt bad, and I went to... I'm sorry. Work on Friday. I went to the doctor on Saturday, and I told him, I said, I really can't shake this cold. He said, you're fine. Well, Monday morning, I was in a coma. So I woke up 2.5 weeks later, and I was paralyzed from my neck down. So it took me a year to learn how to walk and talk all over again and do all of my natural functioning things.
Lord.
And since I was a word processor, I went to school for training, so I lost all that training. I also have 20% brain damage, with 20% hearing loss in my left ear from the coma.
From the coma.
Right. So I lost all that training, so I am legally disabled now. During therapy, the doctor said, you can't work once you go back to college. And I said, I haven't been in school in a while, and I have to remember, what did I go to school for? And I remember art. So I went to Santa Monica Junior College, and I talked to the chancellor. And he said, go to the art department and talk with them. And I spoke with them, and they just let me do my thing. And while I was there at Santa Monica Junior College, I made this fantastic sculpture now.
Really?
Yes, which is called Unity.
Okay, we're going to put Unity. It's a, what's the
Black chlorite stone.
Black chlorite stone, and it's called Unity. And where is this right now?
Wait for it. Wait for the drum roll, everybody.
Here we go. Unity is now in
the White House.
Yes. Not in the White House in Santa Monica or Tallahassee, Florida.
Or Cucamonga.
Cucamonga. It is definitely in the White House in Washington, D.C. Wow. When did it go there?
In 2009.
Wow. And how did that journey happen there?
I made it at Santa Monica Junior College, and all the students were fascinated with it, said it's very beautiful. And I just kept staring at it, and I walked around the table that the Unity was sitting on, and the first thing the Holy Spirit says, send it to the White House.
No way.
Yes. So I went and had it professionally packed, took it to UPS, and went on faith and shipped it to the White House. And they contacted me about a month.
Who was president?
President Obama.
Mm-hmm.
And about a month and a half, they contacted me, said they accepted it, asked what the value was. And the coordinator at that time of the White House said, this piece is simply gorgeous. We are pleased to have it.
Oh, my. And you called it Unity?
Unity. Unity bringing us all together.
That's how you presented it
yes.
to the...
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Stella, that is... there was a doctor in your life, Dr. Gorniski.
Dr. Gorniski.
Yes.
Yes.
And he said a few words to you like, how dare you give up on life? What was that about there?
I was really frustrated because I kept having strokes, and every time I would go outside, I would get sick, and I just gave up. I got very depressed, and I just didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to be around people, and that's how I got back into the art world. He said,
Wow.
"How dare you give up? We fought so hard for you."
Well, what other obstacles have you gone through? I mean, that's enough for a
Just
lifetime for
recently,
anybody.
a month
but
and a half ago, I had another mild stroke.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, right now I'm going to meet with the doctors. I might have to have surgery. So keep me lifted up in your prayers.
We
because,
will.
You know,
Audience, we will pray for
Thank
you.
you. Because I enjoy doing art. Enjoy the art journey. I enjoy giving back and inspiring others. And I want to let them know I'm an example. Never give up on your dreams.
That's right. Never give up. I tell people it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you
Yes.
are, your diversity, your religion. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's that spirit.
Well, your slogan is "It's not over until you say it's over."
That's right.
So
Your
don't-
sculptures represent strength,
Yes.
harmony, calmness, peace.
Yes.
Where did you come up with?
That's my whole makeup. I consider
I mean, that's
myself
pretty
a humble person, a humble servant of the Lord, and I feel it's my duty through this gift that I was blessed with to show the world God's love, peace, and grace, and whatever I can do to inspire someone to feel good about themselves and to give back and share with others.
We have a few that they're going to see now. If you just look, we're going to flash it on. One is a white, what is that?
That one is called Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
And I did a series of hearts to inspire people.
I love that.
You know, there's love in the world, you know.
That's it.
Yes.
I want a pink heart. That would be really nice. I mean, hearts. That is it.
Yes.
And what did you name that one?
That's called Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. Okay, we're watching that one.
Right.
And then there's another one here. What is-
Serenity.
Serenity.
And when I look at that one, I just get peace and calmness. And like I said, I did a big show, and I just wanted people to get away from what their daily obstacles were in life and just enjoy some beauty of life. And that's when I came up with Serenity.
I'm curious. You have a piece of stone in front
Yes.
of you. And you're looking at it. You've already chosen it. Give me a color.
I'm going to say I just bought a big block of orange stone right now.
Orange. Love it. So here we have an orange stone in front of us,
Yes.
right? What's the first thing you think of? It had to be going back to the place where you bought it, or you
Yes.
wouldn't have picked out the orange.
Correct.
So what was in your mind when you walked into the quarry? I mean, orange. It's not like
When
black
I first
or white.
looked at the orange, I thought of a fire or sunlight, something bright, something that
Passionate.
that
Yeah.
bring joy, bring
Life.
life.
Yeah, I like that.
A good space for someone.
Okay.
Yes.
So have you started it yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, so we have it in front of us right
Yes.
now. Okay. And you're looking at it.
Yes.
What do you think?
The first time I'm doing this big orange
I'm
stone,
already building this thing already, cutting it out.
I'm going to cut a circle in the middle of it first.
Oh, and
And
you do
then
that
I'm
with
gonna-
everything?
No, I don't do it everything. It's just I've been thinking about it, and that's what the revelation I have on this one.
Okay.
To start off with a circle and then build around the circle.
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to cut out
Yes.
the circle. You take that stone that you cut out, throw it away.
Yes.
It's gone.
Mhm.
Now we have a orange piece of stone with a round cut out circle.
Yes.
Hoo-ha! What are we thinking about now?
I don't know until I start chiseling. I don't even know
Okay.
myself
So in
until
other
I
words-
start doing the work.
In other words, it comes to you as you begin.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
You
That's
know-
heavy
you
duty.
know, I'm sitting here thinking, and I said, so you've had a piece called Unity
Yes.
and a piece called Serenity.
Yes.
Have you ever done a piece called Diversity?
I'm getting ready to do
Ooh.
one right now called Divine.
Okay.
I like that.
Because what I was thinking, and I can't commit for them, I can only ask them, but I think it would be wonderful to have something on display at the Pico Union Project with our friend Craig Taubman,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
who, when he acquired this building, which was the original home of Sinai Temple.
Right.
He immediately invited in a Christian group, a Buddhist group, a Muslim group, and a Jewish group.
Okay.
And they were trying to figure out what should they do at Pico Union Project. What should it be? What should it become?
And it's funny you said it, because the divine piece that I'm referring to is going to have the King of David star with the cross in the center.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And so, but I asked Craig, I said, how did you decide what you were going to do with this facility? And he said, we invited the entire community to come in and tell us, what do they need?
Oh, that's beautiful.
They need after-school projects. They need school supplies for the kids. They have a food bank with fresh produce. And I said, that's really amazing. I think he would be very receptive to have a piece on display when all of this comes together. And I will be happy to advocate with Pink, with our friend Craig. And I think you may just get a call.
Okay. May I share something?
Yeah,
Please.
I
Yeah,
tell
this is your
everybody
show.
when I do exhibits at museums and art galleries, I'm the kind of artist that give back to the next generation.
I like that.
And I'll explain why. When I was a young person, I didn't have anybody to go to help me with my career, so I did a lot of journey on my own. So I had my bumps and turns.
Yes.
And I promised myself, if I ever had the opportunity to go further in this art career, that I will always give back. So I tell everyone, when I'm not in a show or my downtime, take my information, give it to the schools for career days or whatever, and I will gladly come back and give back to the next generation of artists.
Love that.
I think that would be magnificent.
Now, your future plans.
Yes.
We have an orange stone at home waiting for you to begin.
Yes.
What other things would you
My
like
future
to do?
plans is I would like to have my own art gallery.
Yes, yes.
Because what I
think
do
so.
even now in the summers, I was working with an art museum, the African American Museum in Los Angeles. During the summertime, I would do art workshops, and it would consist of 7 art workshops. The youngest kid I had was 4. The eldest was 12 years old. And every Saturday for 2 hours, we would come and do art projects. And I would have a big art show at the end, and I invited the young people to come and exhibit their artworks, get the whole feel of what it's like to hang up your artwork, dress up. I even had them come to the front and speak to the crowd as well. So they get the whole idea of what it's like to be an artist, to exhibit at a museum.
I think that would be fabulous, really.
Yes.
Well, you're young. God willing, everything will be fine.
Thank you.
And you have worked through so much, Stella.
Yeah.
I mean, really. You've worked through the beginning of your journey, the loss of a very dear brother.
Yes.
Then you, with your journey back from spinal meningitis. I mean, I can't even believe that you came back and started to do all this fabulous work again.
Yes.
So when someone says to me, oh, I can't get up, you know, I lost this one, or I got a divorce, or someone died, or I just, I'm too old to do that. You know what, I look at them and I say, shame, just shame.
They just need us to go and say hello to
Yes,
them.
I mean, literally, because they're alive.
Yes.
They have a present of being from God, alive and able to do. I don't say we're all artists, believe me. I don't say we're all people like myself that say are out there, or like Chaplain Dove can work with a lot of veterans. I say that everybody has something, am I right, that they can do to get themselves out there and to help others.
Correct.
I get up every morning, I swear to you, and I look outside and I say, thank you. Thank you to the universe for giving me another day to let people see life through rose-colored glasses. All I want to do is see one person to help them. Dove just wants one veteran that he's helped, and then that other veteran will tell others. With you, it's telling someone about your artwork, that you can do it. Let's see what you're doing, young one. Oh my God, that's great. Now, if you could just do this, or, I mean, it's all in mentoring somebody else.
Right. And even simple, I tell anybody from a little child to a elderly person, the simple things that you can do that to give back is a beautiful smile or a
There you go.
hug. I
There
mean,
you
those
go.
are simple 2 things you
That's
can
it.
give back.
And yourself.
And yourself.
Of
That's
yourself. And that's what it is. Stella, I just, you're giving back, like I'm going to tell you now, you're giving back at the cemetery this next coming year and this next few months at our National Cemetery for our fabulous people who gave their lives for us, 88,000 veterans. Dove is now the president of the National Cemetery. What are you doing?
Well, it's
What are
funny,
you
funny
doing,
you should
kid?
ask.
Funny I should ask. Go ahead. Tell us what you're doing.
Well, one of the things that we're doing, which ties in with what you were just talking about, especially with the children, next September, we're going to have the 55 African unions,
Yes.
all of
55.
them and their consul generals,
Right.
and folklore, folk clothing, wearable art, taste of Africa. But the most important part, and we're working with our friend, the consul general of Senegal, Mimi Mabray. And we said it's not enough just to show what was, but let's show what is.
Yes.
So we have been researching in every country in those 55 nations, find out what students are here, what are they studying, who has graduated after coming to this country, and what are they doing? Do they go back to their country? Do they stay here? But let's talk about the kids. Let's talk about the future. That's one project. A couple of the big projects at the National Cemetery. Veterans Day is a magnificent ceremony. We invite people always to come on November 11th. On Memorial Day, always the last Monday of the month, again, ceremonies and guests and entertainment. 2 days before Memorial Day every year, we have Boy and Girl Scouts.
Over
Last year,
10,000 kids.
in 2018, we had a little over 10,100 kids putting out 88,800 flags.
Oh, how nice.
If you have children, scouts or not, and you bring them, we'll make sure they get flags in their hands and they're participating, and they never forget it.
Right.
It's an important thing to do. On Christmas every year, it's the only day of the year she doesn't wear pink.
I'm Mrs. Santa Claus.
It's all true. I have my professional Santa Claus suit, and she dresses up as Mrs. Claus, and we help distribute with a lot of other veterans. Project was started by the Jewish war veterans in 1946, and now, from a few hundred gifts throughout L.A., we distribute over 20,000 gifts throughout the state of California, in partnership with American Legion and AMVETS and Vietnam Veterans of America, Purple Heart Society, Military Order of World Wars. If you belong to a veterans organization, come and join us. Go into a hospital room, give someone a gift, and thank them for their service. Takes just a few minutes
I would love to
on
be a
Christmas
part of
Day.
that.
Yeah, we have the gifts for it, so you let me know
I
if
would
you'd
love to
like.
be a part
I
of
think
that.
you would love that.
And
yes.
one of the programs that we're most proud of, we have a friend, Donna Deutschman, who sat in that chair.
A few weeks
And
ago.
Donna's the CEO of a group called Homes for
For
Families.
Okay.
And there are projects being built for veteran occupation. And we have one that's in Santa Clarita where the veterans do what is called sweat equity. In addition to buying a home and being qualified, they have to go in and work at least 500 hours and help build the home.
Oh, that's good.
And we have another friend, David Levinson, who's going to be in that chair. And in 1999, David Levinson founded Big Sunday. In Southern California, they support over 2,000 nonprofits every year. And so I got a phone call just a short time ago saying, we have some brand new bicycles and helmets. Any ideas? Well, everybody moving into these new homes that are
Moving in a
veteran
couple of
will
weeks.
have a new bicycle for each kid and
the
each
mother
adult and a
father.
helmet. And so Big Sunday works with Homes for Families, working with Veteran Holiday. I mean, we have all these organizations, all volunteer,
Okay.
and we reach out in the community and do good things. You do well by doing good.
Amen.
By the way,
That's right.
all these different programs that Chaplain Dove has talked about, my dear audience, if you would like to be involved, and we would love to have everyone, all you have to do is email pinklady with a number 7 at earthlink.net. That's pinklady with a number 7 earthlink.net. And just say, hey, Pink, we'd like to help. And we will contact you. Chaplain Dove will email you, tell you the program that's coming up. And it's open. It's your national cemetery. It really is. We want to make it so that I have to admit something. Before I met Chaplain Dove, I knew nothing about the National Cemetery.
Wow.
And when I tell other people that, they say, we have a national cemetery? And we want to make it so that we all know about it. We're all proud of it. And so all these things that are happening, we could use a lot of help. And with you, Stella, and what you're doing, I pray to God that your health will be there. And I think that God knows that you have a lot of more work to do.
Okay, so people, if they write to you, those of you that are watching the program went to the site and you saw the email address and you saw pinkladypresents.com. So you can write to us and we'll be happy to refer. But in addition, are there places where people can go? Do you have a website? Do you have an email? Please share that with the audience.
My website is sculpturesbystella.com.
Sculpturesbystella.com.
My email is stellaj1006 at sbcglobal.net.
Let's say that once more, Stella.
Email is stellaj1006 at sbcglobal.net.
And with that, the joy that you give people with your fabulous artwork, I thank you for that. I think our audience will appreciate that as they look at it. Someday we'd like to come. You let us know when you do have a showing or your own gallery. It would be our pleasure to come and see it and see what you've done. My dear friends, thank you so much for watching Pink Lady Presents Lives Well Lived. Here's one right here. It's definitely well lived. I don't know why I tear up, because it's a tearing of joy. So please believe me. God bless everyone out there. Thank you so much.
You're listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.